Look at the mind and allow the mind to download all of its content. Something like the memory is suspended temporarily. Which means I am, but without a past. Think of it. I am, very much I am, but without a past. That is amazing. Take that amazing truth into you. I am very much, but without a past. Understand the enormous significance of that fact. I am, but without a past. Having settled the memory, the past, which is the mind, now I look at myself. I am. I am the peace, Shanti. I am the silence, Nishabdaha. I am not linguistic, because language is the memory, the past, and put aside. I am existential, not linguistic anymore. I am. I am nameless. Name is the past. I am formless. I am spaceless. I am timeless. I am harmony. Totally free from conflict. I am the being. I be. Love to being is like fragrance to the flower. I am the love. I am the being which is love. Love to the being is like fragrance to the flower. The flower is, and the flower spreads the fragrance all around. I am, and I love all. I am, and I know. Without perception, I know. Without the agency of thought, I know. I know without any means, because I am the knowingness. I be, and I love. Love and harmony are my essence. I be and I love. In one word, I am the divinity myself. Feel the divinity in you. Put aside all inhibitions and all opposition, if any. Own your divinity. Feel the divinity deep within. Divinity is love. I am the divinity. aham brahmasmi. Spaceless I am. Timeless I am. You embrace your real nature by declaring to yourself, aham brahmasmi. I am the being, spaceless, untimeless. It's not a chant. It is not a thought. It is the feeling in the depth of my being. Aham brahmasmi. Aham brahmasmi. Relax. Sit at ease and relax. Open the eyes slowly. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shruti Smriti Purana Namalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram evaṃ nirantarābhyastā brahmaivāsmīti vāsanā haratyavidyāvikṣepān rogāniva rasāyanam. So you can use aham brahmasmi, direct, not the chant. Saying aham brahmasmi, that is not what it is. Certainly not the thought. It is the feeling. You know what I mean. What you feel, the divinity within. So that is what you are. So it should not be difficult. And use that aham brahmasmi as a panacea for all the ills of worldly life. You can. So that can be used. And that is the highest truth and highest medicine for all problems of life. And what needs to be done in the life will be done anyway, but you can use it as a nectar, or ambrosia, what do they call, Okay? So that is the verse. Padachedam. Evaṃ nirantarākrata brahma eva asmi iti vāsanā haratyavidyāvikṣepān rogāniva rasāyanam. Evaṃ, in this way. Brahma eva asmi. I am indeed the Brahman, the spaceless and timeless reality. Iti thus nirantarākrata, practiced non-stop, vāsanā, the deep-rooted impression, haratyavidyāvikṣepān, the distractions caused by ignorance, harati, drives away. Like what? Rasāyanam, the medicine. Rogāniva, the disease, like the diseases. Yeah, you got it? So you can use it. Suppose you remember the past and feel unhappy. You tell yourself, Aham Brahmasmi. You have to guide yourself into that vision. Telling means that. You have to be the guru to yourself. Suppose you have some illness. You tell yourself, Aham Brahmasmi. Very simple. And any distraction, vikshepa is a distraction. The mind comes out with its own logic and it puts all obstacles. That is what the mind does. You want to be nice to your neighbor, but the mind says something. Oh, he is not worthy or whatever. That is how the mind says. And sometimes the mind may be pointing out a fact of life, but still you can put it aside and say hello to the neighbor. You can say that. In spite of the aggressive attitude or whatever, you can still say hello to the neighbor. He'll be surprised a bit, doesn't matter. Okay? So do that. You are the Brahman. And then you tell yourself, am I not the love? Am I not the love? What is the problem? You have the heart to love, right? When you have the heart to love, then what is your problem in realizing that you are the Brahman? Because love is God. Brahman is love. Brahman is not some gentleman sitting somewhere. All those descriptions of a gentleman, etc., are anthropomorphic. You should not forget that. They all came from a human mind. So you should not forget that. Like you worship an image. Is not the image made by human hand? And then, okay, it is made by human hand, but the image, the hand that made the image is not the origin of the image. Okay, but then what is the origin of the image? Thought. Is thought not human? Therefore, the image has its origin in the human thought and then in the human hand. Is it not so? Therefore, so you can easily understand that the conceptual God, having a given form and all that, that makes you separate from the God. Because you do not have that form and you are not that form. So you stand apart from that God. Therefore, if only you can put the conceptual God aside in your understanding and understand clearly that God is not conceptual, God is not an image, God is not a physical entity, God is not a bundle of cells like you and me, God is love. What is love? Love is not physical, not psychological, it is the real. All physical and psychological in this world is unreal. Do you know, the physical and psychological are the antipodes like plus minus. So the real manifests as the physical on one side and the psychological on the other side. Jnata is the psychological, jñēya is the physical. It is the same reality which manifests as both the subject and object, both as psychological and the physical. And therefore the real is neither psychological nor physical, being the origin of both. Are you okay with that? So then if it is neither physical nor psychological, what it is? It is love. That is what it is. That's why love unites. Whosoever it may be, love unites. And therefore that uniting element, love, that is what God is. And are you not love? Don't you see that your essential nature as love? If only you have any wisdom, you can look at yourself and see that I am love. The love can be self-love, or sometimes the love can be the love of an object, etc. Therefore the love is getting distracted by other things, but essentially it is the love. And so you identify with the body and therefore you love the body. Because you cannot but love. Because the rose cannot but be fragrant. You cannot but love. Because you are love. And that love is God. So don't allow an image to separate you from the God. Image is different. Certainly the image is different. And you are not an image. But then God is not an image. God is something more than an image. You may worship God in an image, but then it is the love in you that is what you are worshipping in an image. You have to understand that. You are not worshipping the image per se. People who worship the image per se, there are plenty in the world. They do not know what God is. Therefore, that love you are. Therefore, you have to teach yourself. You have to tutor yourself that you are the divinity. That is all you have to do. Unless you do that, any amount of preaching or teaching from outside has no value. It cannot help really. Therefore, you have to be your own guru. Atma is the Sadguru. So that is the essence of that verse. Okay? Then let us go to the next verse. I have a few questions also pending. I will address them. So next verse will be there with us for some time, and therefore I will take some questions also. Nitya Shuddha Vimuktaikam Akhandanandamadvayam satyaṃ jñānamanantaṃ yat parabrahmāhameva tat. Now I have to say the same thing again. Nothing new. It is again the same thing. So sometimes I worry really. You ask me to come back to Phoenix in May and okay, God willing, I will come back. But I warn you, give a warning, stern warning. I will be saying the same things. Are you okay with that? Okay. You give me the same food, I don't complain. Okay? I will be saying the same things, you don't complain. Okay? So, our brahmacharini Purna, she reached Tokyo happily and safely, and I am very glad to inform all of you. She was with us all these days, and I was concerned about her catching the flight in San Francisco. The gap was less, whether she will be successfully catching the next flight. She did it. I would have missed, I suppose, but she did it. And therefore she is at home happy. And she has a doubt. So making a space in mind, that is what I was saying, have that inner space. I say this very wholeheartedly, I say it, very seriously I say it. You give up this fascination or obsession with the outer space. Give it up. You had enough of it. How much space a person needs? There is a novel like that by Leo Tolstoy or something, right? So therefore, this obsession with the outer space, forget about it. So you have a small bag, manage with it. Don't go for a bigger bag. You have a small house, live in it. Don't struggle for a bigger house. So bigger, forget about it. So you try to discover some space within. It is high time you do that inner space. That is what I was suggesting. So what do you mean by inner space? The thought is there. You stand apart from the thought. You are not the thought. That is the inner space. You are the thought. There is no space now. You are you and the thought. That is the space. So that is what is called objectifying the thought. Also said, seeing the thought as thought without identification. Good. So making a space in mind is Atma Viveka. Is that what it is? Yes. That is the question. It is Atma Viveka. You see, you can connect like that everything with everything else, because the same thing is being told. So in Atma Viveka, we are examining Anatma mainly. We are not examining Atma so much. We are examining Anatma mainly and dismissing it. Anatma is Anatma. I am not the Anatma, I am the Atma. Like that, that is the method you followed. Okay? That we studied, and that is a wide topic, and we do it all the time. It includes the body and also other things of the world in the Atma Anatma Viveka. Okay? So leave it at that. That is one topic we have studied. And here we are particularly talking about thought. It is one of the many anatmas. And then we are, the language is slightly different. The language in Atma Anatma Viveka, the language is the one which is seen, drishya, is the thought, and the one who sees, the drik, is Atma. That is the distinction. Don't confuse between the two. That is the language which we use. But now I am using slightly different language. Create that inner space. Apa, everything is ultimately the same only. Ultimately the same. But don't you see a slight nuance here, a different nuance? You pay for attention to that. You are asking like, you put a curry, sambar, rice, and curd. All of it is not the same food. Of course, all of it is the same food. Who denies that? But curry is not sambar, okay? There is a small nuance between the two. Therefore, Atma and Atma Viveka is a big volume, whereas inner space is a small nuance. So why do you want to put this into that? Why don't you leave them in their place? What is this all make a khichdi kind of thing? Not necessary. You may still put it in there, I don't mind. I only appeal to you, enjoy the small nuance. Leave it at that. And it can be helpful also. Then, that space is a crack. Crack is not a very happy word. Crack is a bit violent word. So you should have a crack inside you. It doesn't sound nice, okay? Therefore, don't say crack. So between Atma and Anatma, breaking wrong identification. It's okay, all of that is fine, but the language you have to refine a little, okay? And no need to mix, to merge this Atma. Suppose you take the inner space, all this talk of inner space is indeed nothing but Atma and Atma Viveka, therefore you just put it aside. Thereby, you miss a small nuance, so better keep it. But essentially, it is Atma and Atma Viveka. If that is what you want to hear from me, yes, my answer is yes. Got the point? Okay. Then one more question. It is about jnana karma samuchchaya. This is a question. Now I will come to the verse. Verse, the same thing I will be telling. Therefore, I will come to it. Jnana karma samuchchaya. The word jnana has two meanings. I am giving you a total meaning, complete comprehensive account. Jnana means two things. One is upasana and the other is understanding deep within. Okay? And upasana is also a karma. The mental manasi kriya, the action at the level of the mind is called upasana. And therefore the mental action is given a separate category called upasana, a different name to it. Now, though it is also karma, but you don't call it karma anymore. Now karma becomes vachika and kayika, the verbal and the physical. That is karma. Verbal and physical is karma. Upasana is also action, but still upasana is upasana. We have given a special category. So respect to that categorization. And now all the three, jnana meaning upasana, and the karma, verbal and physical, they go together. They are always together. And the emphasis is they should be together. Why such emphasis? Because quite often you see the devotees as well as the priests who guide them in the karma put all focus on the physical and the verbal, and the mind is running here and there. There is no mind anywhere. Mind is not there means focus is not there, understanding is not there, love is not there. So the ritual becomes very mechanical. That is not nice. You should know what you are doing, that is mind. And you should like what you are doing, that is mind. You should not be your mind is elsewhere, but do it. The karma you do it. It should not be like that. You should love the work you do. That is the basic thing, you know. Suppose you are doing a job and you don't like the job, how will your life be? Will it not be very painful? You see, I met a train driver, the one who operates the engine. And he will be looking at the pair of rails all the time. And I asked him, how is your job? He said, I love it. You should be like that. You love what you like, what you do. Now you do something and love something else, how will it be? Suppose you are working in Microsoft and you have all the love for Google. What kind of a thing it is? It should not be like that. You love Google when you work in Google. You love Microsoft when you work in Microsoft. That is the way to live happy life. Otherwise you will be in conflict. Anyway, that is not the point really. The point is, the ritual that you do it with love. And you do it with understanding. This I say all the time. People do pujas, etc. You should know what you are doing. That is the mind. And so mind you hand over elsewhere and do physical things, that is wrong. Therefore, in Vedanta we recommend you should have jnana karma samuccaya. Samuccaya means going together. Upasana, verbal and physical actions, they should go together. They should. And you get better results also. Phalam also will be superior. Got it? The Vakya is, yadeva vidyaya karoti, tadeva viryavattarāṃ bhavati. Chandogya Upanishad, prathama khanda, prathamadhyaya, prathama khanda. The last mantra. So, yadeva vidyaya karoti. Whatever you do, verbal or physical, do it with understanding. Vidyaya karoti. Tadeva viryavattarāṃ bhavati. It will become more powerful. Viryavattarāṃ means it gives a better result for you. Therefore, jnana karma samuccaya. Jnana meaning upasana. But in Sanskrit, in Shastra, the words have different meanings in different contexts. Jnana means Atma jnanam. If that is the meaning, that meaning is always given. Jnana yogaha. Here jnana is understanding, not upasana. And understanding has nothing to do with karma. Nothing to do with karma. Shankara says the distinction between karma and jnana is parvatavata akampyaha. The distinction, you cannot shake it. It is like a mountain peak standing there, pinnacle peak standing there. That much distinct they are. And don't try to combine them. Okay? Jnana is jnanam, karma is karma. Karma is movement in time. Jnana is immutable understanding, understanding of the immutable. There is no connection between the two. Unless you understand this, you make the mistake of putting jnana into the domain of time and thereby miss the whole thing. One poet said, the train I have to catch is late by one lifetime. You got it? That is what it will, that is how it happens when you put jnana into the time category. Means you never catch that train. Your life is over by the time the train arrived. The life is gone. Okay? So it should not happen like that. Therefore, jnana is timeless. It is now. It is instant. And it is not a movement. It is not, it is like a machine, a fan is rotating and bulb is glowing. They are not same. Fan is mechanical motion. Only example, okay? Bulb illuminates, fan rotates. They are two different things. So jnana versus karma. And you try to make a combination of the two, shows that you have missed the jnanam altogether. There are many thinkers, I am giving you a comprehensive account. There are many thinkers like Prabhakara, Mimamsaka, who said there is no jnanam, only upasana is there. Therefore we don't, jnanam is, we dismiss it. There is only upasana. For him, samuccaya is the only thing. Right? For him, he doesn't even admit anything called jnanam. Therefore, jnana means upasana alone exists for him. And therefore, samuccaya works for him. Therefore, jnanam versus karma. It is not jnanam and karma. It is always jnanam versus karma. So, samuccaya means and. That and doesn't work. Samanvaya can work. What is samanvaya? Samanvaya is different from samuccaya. Samanvaya is this person pursues jnanam, this person pursues karma. That is samanvaya. And they live together. That is okay. They need not fight with each other, okay? That is called samanvaya. We live together, I pursue jnanam, you pursue karma. That is samanvaya. Or, I pursued karma at that time, now I gave up karma, and now I pursue jnanam. That is also samanvaya. In one person's life, different stages. First stage is necessarily karma, not jnana. Once you come into jnana, you don't go back into karma. A child born will not go back into the mother's womb. That is the example given. Okay? Therefore, first stage karma, next stage is jnanam. In the same person's life. Samanvaya. Two different persons. One pursues jnana, another pursues karma. That is samanvaya. Okay? Between jnanam and karma, samanvaya is possible, but not samuccaya. Is it okay? Then another aspect of the question. Then Shankara has done many things in his life. Is it not samuccaya? That is the question. Now, how do you know Shankara has done many things in life? You don't know anything about Shankara's biography. You don't know anything. Because Indians are Puranic people, Upanishadic people. Indian genius has Puranas in it, Upanishads in it, not history. History, we talked of history first time during the British Raj. And the first historian was R.C. Majumdar. He was the first historian. And then other historians came. Then a history department, now Indian history is going on. Our history, we did not write it. They wrote it. British people wrote it. Now our people have caught up with them and trying to write history, which is good. But we were not historians. That's why date of Ramayana, we are not sure. Date of Kalidasa, we are not sure. In the history of Indian literature, there is a book. In Hindi, I think it is, the author is Baladeva Upadhyaya. I remember like that. In that one chapter, the time of Kalidasa, there is a chapter. And it runs to 20 pages. And after reading all the 20 pages, you hold your head, because now you do not know anything about time of Kalidasa. That is where it stands. Nobody knows when Kalidasa lived. And then when Shankara lived, even today in India, they catch hair of each other. Kesha Keshi. Kesha Keshi means you catch my tuft and I catch your tuft and we fight. That is Kesha Keshi. They are doing it even today about Shankara's date. You got the point? Kesha Keshi. Nothing less than that. Okay? You see, in world, they fight they form groups and fight. You have to rise above them. In Islam, they fight Shias and Sunnis, they fight. In Christianity, Protestants and Catholics, they fight each other. You go to Belfast, you will know. Okay? And then among Vaishnavas, so two names are there, like Shia Sunni. So Vadagala, Telagala, like the two names are there. They fight with each other. Baha Bahi, Mushta Mushti, Kesha Keshi. That is how they fight. And about Shankara also, Shankara's date, in North India nobody cares. Somehow North Indians moved forward. Sometimes we say in India, North-South divide. Like that they talk on televisions. Because somehow the consciousness has taken different shapes. In North India, nobody cares when Shankara lived, etc. They are busy with Vrindavan, Radha, Gopika, and all that. Okay? Whereas in South India, more conventional and more conservative, and they are fighting when Shankara, what is the Shankara's time? There are two major mathas. D. So one matha says, Shankara lived 500 BC. Another matha says, Shankara lived 725 BC. Can you see how? Is there any meeting point between the two? 500 BC, 725 AD. AD, not BC. Is there any meeting point between the? No meeting point. You ask me, hey Swami, what is your considered opinion? I studied a bit. My opinion is both are wrong dates. That is my opinion. I go with another school which is not very noisy or very vocal, which is not very vocal, like these two schools. And that school is Shankara lived 100 BC. Okay? We don't know anything about Shankara's life. There is no proper account of Shankara's life. Shankara Vijayam, like that there are poems, texts, 22 of them. All of them are poems only, not one of them historic. And not one of them has historic accuracy. Therefore, put all the Shankara Vijayas aside, all of them, all the 22, put aside. You do not know anything about Shankara's life. Now, what to do now to know something about Shankara? There is only one way, and that is Prasthanatraya Bhashyas. Those are available. Brahma Sutra Bhashya, 10 Upanishad Bhashyas, Gita Bhashya available. And you study the Bhashyas. That is that makes a big voluminous teaching, and it takes some time to study all of that. And you study all of that, that gives you a hint about the person of Shankara. He must have lived after Buddha and before Jesus Christ, that is before Christian era, based on some of the refutations. He refuted Nagarjuna. And therefore he must have come after Nagarjuna. And some of the Buddhist records are very clear. Buddha's date is pakka. There is no doubt about Buddha's date. Why? Buddhism is not in India. It migrated away from India. That's why it is pakka. Because outside India they are historians. And so Buddha's date is pakka, 525 BC or whatever. And Nagarjuna came later. And Shankara refuted Nagarjuna. And also another Buddhist, Sri Lanka Buddhist scholar called Vasubandhu, etc. So you correlate all these things and arrive at some approximate date, reasonably approximate, that is 100 BC. Not exact. Okay? That is Shankara. And what he did in his lifetime, no hint at all. No hint at all. He established, this is controversial statement I am making. And sometimes some of the statements which I make, they are truthful, but yet controversial. I cannot avoid it. Sometimes you better don't go into that area. That is a way of doing it. Mostly I do like that only. I am not an aggressive person. I am a very timid person. Only I speak the truth, otherwise keep mouth shut. So truthfully speaking, we do not have any evidence to say that Shankara established 4 real estates in the 4 corners of the country. We don't have any such evidence. He started these mathas, etc. There is no such evidence. It is all a very emotional thing it is. And so, for example, in Visakhapatnam, there is Sharada Peetham. Based on the name, it sounds like BC, but it is started when I left the Andhra University and elsewhere, then it was started. It was started in 2010. Therefore, based on the name, you don't say it is this, it is that. Therefore, the Pithas are there. There are many Shankaras in the world, in India. In every generation, there are at least 6 Shankaras. And each Pithadhipati calls himself Shankaracharya. They should call themselves by their own name. Why should they call themselves as Shankara, creating such a confusion? And all of them call themselves Jagadguru. So, these are some of the traditional or fixations which are considered sacrosanct. And they do not convey the truth in any case. Therefore, you do not have any account that Shankara has established these mathas, etc. Therefore, by looking at the mathas and saying that Shankara established those mathas, and therefore he did not follow jnana karma, he has mixed jnana and karma in his life, is not a right conclusion. Okay? Understand? Therefore, in Shankara's life, there is no jnana karma samuchaya. And then, suppose a Mahatma is there. He knows the truth of the self. He goes here and there. Going here and there is not karma for him. You understand? If suppose a person is there, he believes that he is the karta, then he is not a jnani. Suppose he knows the truth, then he is not the karta. Though he is not the karta, a few things happen. The natural things happen naturally. Okay? Therefore, a few things are done. You look at the things that are done and then conclude that the person is a doer, and then assume that the doership goes against the understanding of Atma. You are assuming, that's all. Maybe the person is not a doer. If he is not a doer, then there is no samuchaya between jnana and karma. Therefore, things are in good shape. That question is answered. Satisfied? Now let us move into this verse. So again the same thing. Aham brahmaeva. That is the vakya. Parabrahmāhameva tat. So, aham brahma eva. You see, you should not conclude anything about yourself. You should not conclude. You should leave it open-ended. Suppose you conclude, aham brahmanaha, you have concluded. Then that becomes an obstruction in understanding Vedanta. Don't conclude. You can say only one thing about yourself, truthfully, and that one thing is, I am. Other than that, you cannot say anything about yourself truthfully. Now this is a challenge between you and me. You examine it. I suggest that the only thing that you know yourself about yourself first hand is I am. Okay? I am that. That is not first hand. That is not first hand. Somebody has told you that. I am this. That this is not first hand. It is second hand. Now I am challenging you. You tell me something about yourself which is first hand other than I am. Challenge. Any one of you will accept that challenge? No? Therefore, why do you want to conclude about yourself? You don't conclude anything. You see, a Vaishnava tells you Vishnu is in the Vaikuntha and you are the devotee of the Vaishnava, Vishnu, sitting here. That is what he tells. Is it not a conclusion about yourself? Don't make that conclusion. A Shaiva tells you you are not Vaishnava, you are Shaiva. Don't accept his conclusion. So you don't accept their conclusions about you. You look into yourself and you ask, am I a Vaishnava? I don't know about that. Are you? Yes, I am. Am I a Shaiva? I don't know about that. Are you? Yes, I am. Are you an Indo-American? I don't know about that. Suppose if you relocate, then what will you do? I don't know about that. Are you? Yes, I am. Are you a male or female? This also you should overcome. The body. You see, you tell me, eyesight, is it male or female? It is beyond male, female, right? Eyesight, right? Except certain biological processes, there is no difference between male and female, except a few biological processes. So mathematics, suppose somebody wrote a book on mathematics. I hide the author's name and give you the book. You read a chapter and tell me who is the author, male or female. Will you be able to tell? You will not be able to tell. I will show you an object and tell me who made it, male or female. You cannot tell. Right? Therefore, don't give so much, don't put so much of importance upon the gender difference. Okay? And finally I ask you, you abide yourself, you abide in I am, as I am you abide. Now in that abidance, are you male or female? It is not there. It is not there. Therefore, even that body identification you put aside and don't conclude anything about yourself and just leave it the way it is. I am. Then what happens? You know what happens? I am, with a variety of conclusions put upon it, becomes a samsari. I am, without any conclusions, erase every single conclusion. I am this, I am that, I am that, I am this. Put a na before everything. And leave pure, pristine, I am the way it is. That I am becomes a window to the truth. And that I am you can take and put Brahma by its side. Because aham becomes window to the truth. Therefore start with that aham. Totally free from every single identification and definition. Put aside everything, single identification and definition. Take the pure, pristine I am and hold on to that. Then it will take you into Brahmanhood. That becomes the window to the truth. Brahmanhood is the truth. That is the Vakya. Aham Brahma eva. Why eva? No doubt. This is there in the Old Testament. I said earlier. Moses finds a bush on fire on the mountain peak. Mountain means superior. Fire means knowledge. Jnānagnihi. So God. So God is para, superior. He is not at our level. He is above. Para. That's why mountain peak. In India they make temples on the mountain peak. Why? This is the reason. God is not at your and my terrestrial level. God is at a higher level. Physical. Therefore they give a physical symbolism to that. That is the mountain peak. Okay? And so, that's why we go to Himalayas. At least physically you go some 300 feet above, you may become jnani, hopefully. So I go to Himalayas. Anyway, so para is superior, above. So, Moses, he saw. He did not see like this, he saw like that. That means higher vision, mountain peak, bush on fire. Fire is knowledge. And then he went near, he climbed and went near and said, who is it? The answer is, I am. You check. I am not sure about the details. Then he reiterates. What do you mean by I am? Like that he reiterates. And then the answer comes, I am what I am. And that I am what I am is condensed into one name. How it is done, I am not sure. It is Joshua. Joshua is Jehovah. J, they write J and say yeah. Whereas I look at J as J. San Jose, I used to say. Then they have drilled into my ear, stop saying San Jose, say San Jose. Then since then I am saying it like that. Anyway, so by the way, this San Jose is important because I went to San Jose, which is the capital of Costa Rica. I went there. I was there, San Jose. That is the Joshua. That is Jehovah. Jehovah is I am what I am. That is the God. Really. Therefore, you stay with I am. Don't pull yourself down by putting something besides it. Suppose you stay as I am. Will your son be happy or not? He will be happy. Suppose you put father besides I am father. Now look at the son's face. It will not be as happy. Therefore, you can do what all you need to do about the son, educate him, bring him up, give him what all you have to give, and love him fully. But you need not put this crown upon your head, father. You need not put it. Every single time you put the crown, the young man comes and takes it and puts aside and walks away. And again next day you put it, he will quickly comes and takes and put aside and walks away. Why you do this? Put it aside. Dear son, be happy. I love you. What do you want? Take everything from me. Whatever you want, you take from me. I love you. Leave it at that. Why do you say I am a father? Because by saying I am the father, you are denying Brahmanhood for yourself. That is the problem. That's why I am saying. Otherwise, by all means, go ahead and say I am the father 1,000 times. Okay? But you are denying what the real to yourself. Ultimately, we all end up in a burial ground. Who is father, who is son there? Thoda understanding should be there. And so there are biological processes which gives birth to various life forms, including humans. And so we pay our reverence to the biological processes, the laws of nature, which are the manifest God, and leave it at that. You need not take a title for yourself. Become free from all titles, all definitions, all identifications. Become free and stay simple. You declare to yourself. The one who declares this way to himself, he is already at the window to the truth. I am simple and single. What is simple? Simple means I am Brahmana, I am Kshatriya. No, none of those things. I am what I am, simple. That is simple. Then what is single? I am father, I am mother, I am husband. That is all your imagination. Take it out. All of that you take it out. I am simple, I am single. You look at yourself. When I came into this world, what was I? I was simple and single. When it is time to leave this world, how will I leave it? Simple and single. Why in between so much of paraphernalia? Why so much in between? That is all man-made, thought-made. Why all this? Be simple and single. The one who is simple and single is the one who knows the truth of himself or herself. That the truth is aham parabrahma eva. What is the para there? Para is you look at yourself. You encounter physiological or physical, one and the same. Physical is very physical, 40 kg, 50 kg, weight-wise. Physiological means the life processes inside. So, you are not physical, you are beyond the physical, you are beyond the physiological, you are beyond the psychological, you are beyond the intellectual, you are beyond the linguistic, you are beyond the egotistic, you are none of these things, you are beyond all these things. Para. That is para. Okay? Parameshvara. Pareshvara also you can say. Parameshvara. What is the Parameshvara? There is a factory. There is an Ishvara for that factory. Ishvara is the boss. There is a home. There is a boss for that home. Like that there are multiple bosses. But there is a boss supreme. That is Parameshvara. Similarly, Para is supreme. Beyond all these levels which are known to the mind. The mind can understand all these levels, and the Brahma is not in the domain of any of these levels. It is beyond all these levels. Therefore, be humble. Don't try to conceptualize the Brahman. I know Brahman means now you have put Brahman into your intellect. And so your intellect is superior now. Who is greater? The supercomputer or the one who made the supercomputer? Yeah. So who is greater, God or the one who knows God? Knows God. Therefore, don't put God into an object of your knowledge. Don't use the intellect. That becomes very bad. The arrogance. I know Brahman. Those who proclaim themselves to be jñānis are indeed ajñānis. Okay? So that is a mark of ajñāna, really speaking. Anyway, therefore, beyond intellect, beyond all this, the word beyond you don't like, then better like it. Because para is the beyond. Para is the beyond. So, therefore, I am the Brahman which is beyond the physical and psychological dimensions. Aham parabrahma. Is there any doubt in it? No. Eva. Okay. So, so what is this Parabrahma Tat? Tat means two things. That which cannot be described in words. That is Tat. Otherwise we don't use Tat. The moment Tat is used, you have crossed over the limits of language. That's why Tat. So, in every language it is there. You have seen something and say, that is something. You say. You have seen a thing or two and say, that is something. Means, something means that cannot be described in words. That is the meaning of something. That is the word Tat. Tat is used to point out that which cannot be defined. Idam itham, this is so. You cannot define. Therefore we say Tat. Why people say Om Tat Sat? Because Tat happens to be the name of God. Om is also name. Sat is also name. Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha Brahmanas Trividho Mataha. So that's why Tat represents God. You see, what happens is, sometimes you do not feel good about it, but if you say it, others won't feel good about it. This is the dilemma. So, I read names of God. Names of God I am reading. I do not feel good about many of those names. If I say that, all the people who are sitting around, they will feel bad about what I say. Therefore, I gulp it and keep the poison here and I read. So, it says all kinds of things. So, you don't want to give example also, I say, really. So, they are not the descriptions of God. They are all manufactured by human thought. And you say that. They are not names of God. There is no name to God. Don't you see it? God is nameless. Don't you see that? It is nameless. The moment you put a name, you become superior to that. Because you give a name to it. And then, then you limit it. By giving a name, you limit it. God is limitless. Why do you want to give a name? No, we need a word for communication. Take it. Tat. That is the word. The word that communicates the incommunicable. That is Tat. You can see that. What is God? That. Not this. That is God. Just raise your hand. You raise your both hands. That is God. Means my intellect, my words fail me in bringing the God into any description. That Parabrahma, that is none other than myself. Then what is that? It is satyaṃ. We will come to satyaṃ, and it is jñānam. It is both satyaṃ and jñānam. This is the big problem. Because generally, satyaṃ is outside and jñānam is inside. Whereas Brahma is, it is neither, it is beyond, inside, it is inside, it is outside, and it is beyond. Okay? Therefore, that is the meaning of satyaṃ jñānam. What is outside is Brahma, what is inside is Brahma. Now the blessed thing cannot be both inside and outside. If it is outside, then it cannot be inside. If it is inside, it cannot be outside. Therefore, it is beyond both. Now it can be inside as well as outside because it is really beyond. Okay? So, we will see all that. Just I will address one more question. This question comes all the time. I was saying a lot about desires, you know. In that regard, I will say a few things and conclude the class. In Gita, sthita prajna lakshana begins with giving up of desires. Prajahati yada kaman. So, the characteristics of a jnani are presented before us. Then Shankara writes in the Bhashya, you emulate these qualities. You take one after the other, you emulate them, you become a jnani yourself. It is like that. It is like a manual of physical exercises. So they give a manual. What is your goal? I want to lose 10 pounds. Then he prepares a manual and give to you. The 10 exercises are listed with photos. What is the idea? You follow that, you will gain your goal. Same thing, sthita prajna is also a manual of a jnani. Okay? And you follow that, you become a jnani. And in this sthita prajna lakshana, the main thing, if you read all the verses, the main thing is kamatyaga. That is the main thing. Apuryamānam achala pratishtham samudramāpah pravishanti yadvat tadvat kāmāyam pravishanti, etc. Then kama kamaha kama kami na kama kami. This kama kami ka koi chance nahi hai. Okay, so not only, I remembered only 3 places. If you go further and further, everywhere you give up, all desires you give up. That is the sthita prajna lakshana. Not only there, you go further into the Gita, everywhere, akama, so the desirelessness is highlighted. But then you come to a place, one verse, so, kama dharma viruddho bhuteshu, kamosmi bharatarshabha. O Arjuna, I am the kama which is not opposite to dharma among the life forms. Therefore, you cannot say Sri Krishna has opposed kama. Now, let us do one thing. In one place, Sri Krishna said, kama I have to give up. In another place, Sri Krishna said, I am the kama. Therefore, I follow the give up kama route. You follow the I am the kama route. Kya hai ye? What is this? Is Gita a bunch of contradictions? You have to look into it properly. Either dump the sthita prajna and hold on to kamoham, or you examine what is this kamosmi bharatarshabha. You have to understand this. Shall I make it clear? Shall I explain it to you? You see, in Gita, there are many vibhutis. Vibhuti means an unreal you have to put before. An unreal manifestation of God is vibhuti. You have to say unreal, otherwise Jagat becomes real. Like Ashvatha Sarva Vrikshanam. I am the people tree among all the trees. Now where are the trees? In the Jagat. People tree is among the trees. Now if the trees are real, people tree is also real, Jagat is also real, ye kya baat hai bhai? That is not Advaita. Okay? Therefore, taking in a particular context among trees, that is a fact, not truth. Fact of life. Among all the trees, Ashvatha happens to have some special features which make it divine. Okay? These are vibhuti. These vibhutis, where do you find them? In the Vibhuti Yoga you find them. Okay? But then not only in the Vibhuti Yoga, in the 9th chapter, 7th chapter, you find vibhutis. 9th chapter also you find vibhutis. If I remember correctly, there are 3 places where vibhutis are listed. 3 places. So, this dharma viruddho bhuteshu is one of the sections where vibhutis are listed. Okay? Balam balavatāmasmi kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshabha. So, where vibhutis are listed, therefore, vibhuti is only just to understand and pay reverence, that's all. Vibhuti is not meant for emulation by the seeker of truth. Don't you see the difference between the two? So, vibhutis are listed. You just take the vibhutis upon you. No, that is not the way. Oh, these are vibhutis. Vibhutis means mahima. the glorious manifestations, that is vibhuti. Okay? Therefore, you pick up a word from vibhuti and try to mix it with the sthita prajna lakshana and draw a wrong conclusion, or try to negate, or try to put down what is said in the sthita prajna lakshana, or dilute it or condense it, it is not proper. That is not the way Shastra has to be pursued. If you want to pursue that route, then I would recommend, there is a vibhuti called chalam chalayatam asmi. That is also vibhuti. Among all these casino players who play, the whole day they sit there and feeding coins into the machine, or playing roulette, Russian roulette, etc., they are all my vibhutis. Chalayatam chalam ahamasmi. That is also vibhuti. It is not easy. You do it, I will see. So take that up. Take that up. Will you do that? I gave you one example. There are so many other examples like that. Therefore, there is a thing called prakarana. Sthita prajna prakarana, vibhuti prakarana. You pay attention and respect the prakaranas. Don't pull out something from vibhuti prakarana and try to superimpose upon the sthita prajna prakarana to draw a conclusion of your liking. No, that is not how the Shastra proceeds. That is one. Then finally, I am concluding it. Finally, did you ever look what Shankara wrote there? Look at it. What he wrote in Sthita Prajna, you need not look. In Sthita Prajna, he raised a question. If we give up desires, how shall we live? That question he raised in the Purvapaksha and answered it. You don't live by your desires. You live by eating food. Okay? And you are doing it fine. Don't worry on that count. So anyway, he raised that question and answered it. Look at that. In Sthita Prajna, so how a person can live if all the desires are given up? A family person, etc. And he answered it. You see that answer. Now I am not going into all that. Then the dharmaviruddhaha kamaha. Kamaha, desire. You know what the answer the explanation he gave? That we are all now ready for food, right? And then we want some tasty food, right? With not so much of spice and all that, right? We don't want too much of sugar in the food, right? Are you listening to what I am saying? So how many desires I have now? Huh? Similarly, we need a house which is not leaking. Back in Sikandrabad, the place water was leaking and our friends have fixed it. I requested them, Appa, water is leaking. How can you live when water is leaking? Books get spoiled. Not only books get spoiled, other things also get spoiled. And then the place itself will be in difficulty. Therefore, please do something about it. I requested them. They took it upon themselves with all enthusiasm. And when I came here, they started the work and finished, and now it is ready. Now, do you want to put it into a desire? You have such desire. That is the kama. Kama is to lead a meaningful life. And when you are hungry, you need some healthy food. When you are thirsty, you need some clean water to drink. You go after them, you seek them, you get them. That is the desire he is talking about. In that desire, I am. How can you say that? Because he said, when you eat food, I am the Agni, the digestive food. And when I am the Soma that creates the food in the world. And when you are thirsty, you want water, I am the Rasa in the water. Raso rasayatam asmi. So all of that is Ishvara. And therefore, that Ishvara, this kama means the desire for food, which is very inherent in the living being, that is the negative entropy. The moment the person falls dead, he will not desire food anymore. and he won't desire water also. Therefore, the seeking of food and water and shelter for leading a simple life, that is the kama. That is not opposite to dharma. Any other kama becomes opposite to dharma. And I am that kama. Means, if a person lives the life of roti, kapada, makan, and in that simple life, my vibhuti is there. That is the meaning. It has nothing to do with the sthita prajna lakshana of giving up desires. So I have concluded this topic. Om Purnamadaḥ Purnamidam